I might be toxic, is what I learned on GTA. What does your GTA vehicle say about you? I saw this. I thought it was interesting.
GTA Online has hundreds of vehicles, and every GTA Online player has their favourite amongst them. However, have you
What's
ever
your vehicle,
wondered
guys?
what
Let me
your
know in the
favourite
comments.
vehicle says about you? Look no further. Oppressor Mark II. You are one of 3 players. A grinder that uses the Mark II to quickly get himself around the map whilst they earn money. A griefer ape who's flying around the map, giggling to himself as he blows up Grinder's cargo.
That's how I
Or
feel like.
you're an insane, upside-down flying monster who's mastered the art of destroying everyone and anyone who dares enter your cone of vision. No matter who you are, you've probably wasted hundreds of hours waiting for the 5-minute cooldown to end before you spawn your Mark II in again.
I'm
And
kinda
yet,
happy
you
they
still
added
haven't
that.
forgiven Rockstar for that change. You probably have every single garage filled with Oppressor Mark IIs, and you're permanently registered as an MC. Oppressor Mark I. You probably bought this thing when
I loved the Oppressor Mark 1. It was my favorite thing ever. I loved it.
everyone was calling it overpowered back in gun running, and you've only ever used this one vehicle ever since. You hated the negative attention it got when it first released. For you, it was very undeserved, but deep down, you're kinda secretly happy that the big bad Oppressor Mark II released and took all the hatred for itself, making the Oppressor Mark I a totally beloved vehicle. You're probably well practiced enough to hit ground targets with this thing from miles up in the air with pinpoint precision, and you know how to dodge Mark II missiles with 100% consistency. However,
That's not true. I love the Mark 1. I don't know how to dodge the Mark 2 missiles. I crash all the time. It's mostly true.
the Mark II is not the Mark I's true enemy.
220.
That would actually be light poles
Yep,
littered
it's
across
the
street,
freaking light
which
poles
you
every
somehow
single
seem to hit
second.
more than your enemies with your missiles. The Toreador. You absolutely hate the Oppressor Mark II. Your sole purpose in GTA Online is either destroying those broomstick bikes wherever you find them, or defending yourself against.
I feel his pain. I feel his pain. I feel like I'm this guy too.
If a witch flies past on their broom within a 100-mile radius of you and your vehicle, chances are you're probably going to shoot it out of the sky with your ultra-accurate missiles. With that being said, you probably suffer a concussion with every corner you turn after you boost just a little bit too hard,
hard on
and smack
everything.
yourself into a wall. But aside from that, you love the speed the boost offers when you're doing high setups or grinder missions, and the versatility the Toreador offers is unmatched. But despite all these positives, you've also never found the submarine feature to be useful, even a single time
Have
in
you
your
even used the
entire play
submarines?
history.
I'm under the water.
The Stromberg. You're a hipster. What can I say? When everyone moved on to the Toreador, which everyone
Which one are you
knows
guys?
is an improved Stromberg, you happily stayed with your beloved Stromberg. You keep telling everyone the benefits over the Toreador, such as it being heavier, which prevents the car from being knocked around by missiles as easily, which is actually very important against vehicles such as the Oppressor Mark II, or that the missiles are slightly more accurate. However, despite
that
all
true?
these positives, the one thing you always fail to mention is the fact that the hardest enemy the Stromberg has to face is low to moderately high curbs and bumps, which thanks to its low suspension and body
Are you
makes
serious?
it nearly impossible to drive over.
That would be so frustrating. I would be so pissed. Every curb, every speed bump, everything.
Where
Oh my
you
god.
drive this thing down the street once. It's like there's invisible walls across everywhere in the map. It's
Holy
terrible.
crap.
You just have to
It's
try
just
it.
terrible
You too
car.
have also never found the submarine feature to be useful.
Please help me.
The Chernobog.
I love this thing. Too bad it's so slow and heavy and useless. But if you could move it around, if you increase its agility, oh, I love this thing.
Honestly,
I just love spamming rockets at people.
I kinda have to respect everyone who still uses the big bad bug. You know, it'll never probably be a super meta choice since you're one big sitting duck, but honestly, you know the truth. There's nothing more fun in this game than flying this thing up on the roof of a cargo bomb
Sure, if you can.
get it up there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
laughing maniacally as jets fall out of the sky one by one.
So
The
enjoyable.
weaponized tamper. You just wish Rockstar would add some armor to this thing.
I do wish they would armor to the dude. This car is so nice. It has so much amazing things, and it doesn't have any armor. The first explosion, it blows it up. It's got mines. It's got guns. Oh, I love this thing.
You know how good the remote control minigun on top of this thing could be if the weaponized tamper could survive a few more rockets.
Or any
better
rockets.
Yet, one at all. You know that given a few buffs, this thing could literally rival the effectiveness of the God Mode Speedo without it being a glitch. But deep down, you probably know in your heart that Rockstar will never really buff the Tamper. And whilst that's deeply depressing, that doesn't matter to you. Your love for the Tamper is buffed every single day you use it. The Deluxo. You sit back and laugh as people complain about the Oppressor Mark II being
I use the Deluxe quite a bit. I was never a fan of it. I don't know why. I just don't like flying in it. It feels weird to fly in it. Hey Tyrese, how you doing, buddy?
overpowered. The missiles are too accurate. You hear them cry. You can dodge missiles too easily with the chaff. You hear them complain. Yet, you just sit back and laugh. You know the Deluxo is the true king of flying futuristic aircraft. You giggle with glee as the ultra-accurate missiles destroy everything within sight. And you've likely learned the ancient art of dodging with the Deluxo, which everyone refers to as shaking that booty. You secretly know that the Deluxo could easily be on the chopping block next if it gets enough attention, but until then, you carry on floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee in every lobby you join.
That thing
it's either that
it
or
feels
you
faster.
just really like the Back to the Future movies. The Buzzard. You are
I'm the Buzzard. I'm Mark 1. I'm Oppressor Mark 1 and Buzzard.
one
That's
of
me.
two types of players. Either you're an old school PvP player who absolutely loved to use this thing against ground targets back in the day and are forever depressed about it being power crept out of existence entirely, or you're a grinder who uses the Buzzard as your beloved trusty workhorse to fly you around the map. Either way, no matter who you are, despite knowing the Sparrow is probably a little bit better, you carry on trucking along with your trusty Buzzard. It's been by your side for years when no other vehicle was. You don't want to abandon it now.
I love the Buzzard.
Akasaka, you are an
Oh, I love the submarine. I love shooting the missiles out of it. Oh my god, what does that tell you about me?
orbital cannon spammer in disguise. You absolutely love to sit far away at the back of the map, firing your remote control missiles
I
to
do.
snipe
Yes, I
and
do.
pick
Yes, I
away
do.
at your enemies.
Yes, I
and
do.
whenever anyone dares come close to you, you teleport your sub away to safety.
Yes, I do.
You scoff at the orbital cannon campers, but deep down, you're the exact same. You're just in denial about it. Don't worry,
tell me
however,
more.
with enough therapy and lots of hugs and kisses from your favorite anime waifu body pillow, you can overcome your delusion. The Sparrow. Before the Sparrow, your favorite vehicle was the Buzzard.
Yes.
However, with the release of the Cayo Perico heist and your countless hours grinding it out, the Sparrow just sitting there in your loading dock was enough to tempt you away from your original love. You enjoy how much nimbler and agile the Sparrow is compared to your previous vehicle.
Yeah.
You love the addition of the countermeasures, which can protect you against missiles where the Buzzard could not. You
I
enjoy
forgot
how
about
the
those.
Sparrow is much more attractive and thinner than the aging, obese Buzzard. Hey, I'm not judging. If you want to remarry, go ahead. The Laser. You are either
I'm a laser guy too. That's me. First plane
a
every
griever
down.
who solely uses this jet paired with your trusty thermal helmet, which can highlight any and all grinders within a 30-mile radius. Or a PvP player who's completely snapped and wants to make your enemy suffer the most pain imaginable.
It's not the
Either
best
way,
plane for
you
that anymore.
absolutely do not enjoy a fair fight. And why should you? If you can spawn keck your enemy and keep them trapped for 3 hours, why not indulge a little? Yes, you do become a worse player over time as you rely on your very strong crutch. But until Rockstar starts caring about the game, you'll carry on not caring about your opponents. The half track.
That didn't make me sound good.
You're a man of simple tastes. You like plinking away with your revolver at enemies in front of you, or you like throwing stickies out of the window from near total safety in this giant armored toaster. You understand that your love for this vehicle is based entirely on a bug which prevents bullets from passing through the front window.
Are you
And yeah,
serious?
you
I did not know that. I did not know that. This is better than a tank.
are very scared that Rockstar will one day strip this away from you. And honestly, you might even be brave enough to admit that it's technically deserved. But until then, half track goes the APC.
Wow, I
If
did
you're
not
one
know
of the
that.
few GTA Online players to have a friend to use this vehicle with, you
Snoop was my friend when we used this vehicle. I love using this with Snoopy.
love rocking around the streets, blasting anyone that comes in your path. You feel like an absolute invincible god as you destroy everyone around you. Until you realize that tank-like vehicles have been power crept to oblivion, and your enemy can spawn in their Mark 1,
And just
Mark
shoot you in a
II,
second.
or literally any other weaponized flying vehicle to eradicate your giant brick on wheels. That doesn't
Yep.
bother you though. Those
It does.
2 to 5 kills you manage to get before your enemies realize that they need to counter your OPC keep you going. The tank. You are nostalgic for the old days of GTA Online.
I am.
You haven't quite managed to give up the days of the tank dominating free mode lobbies.
Yep,
and you
I have
may
not.
even use the off the radar tool to mimic the old tank blip showing as a regular vehicle, which allows you to trick players into approaching you and meeting their doom. Once again, the fact that a tank destroying machine is just an MC Club motorcycle spawn away is at the tips of every player you come across.
It sucks.
Kind of ruins your fun.
It does.
But that doesn't matter. Whatever you're coping on inside that tank of yours keeps you trucking along inside your big toaster on wheels. The Night Shark. You love the feeling of safety the Night Shark provides. Outside of an orbital cannon shot, you know that nothing is breaking through your thick layer of armor. You speed around the streets of Los Santos, chucking stickies out of the window at any Mark II flying past without a care for any consequence. And hey, if you do come close to death after 2 billion rockets hitting your Night Shark, you can just drive on down to any garage or any LS
I'm just
Customs
kidding.
to repair your Night Shark to full health,
I
repeating the
love that.
cycle all over again. RC vehicles.
Oh my
You
god.
love trolling other players. You know RC vehicles don't dish out the highest amount of damage, but you also know RC vehicles are the most slippery, most infuriating vehicles to fight against in all of GTA Online. You likely jump straight into your RC tank as soon as you're shot at. And
Yes.
if that tank ever gets destroyed, you'll jump into your RC Bandito straight after, creating
Yes.
a self-perpetuating loop of total and utter
I
safety
love
and
this.
annoyance. You
I
probably
love
know
this.
that this isn't fair whatsoever, but you
I
don't
wanna do
care.
this.
As long as you're able to mess with players by knocking them over and running them over to death in the memeiest way possible.
Am I
or
toxic?
until Rockstar
I wanna
nerfs
do
the
this.
RC cooldown, you'll carry on driving your toy car. The Scramjet. You love becoming a
I miss
portable
the
orbital
Scramjet.
cannon and raining death, destruction, and missiles down upon your opponents. You'll likely spend your days propelling yourself across the map like a rocket,
And then end up in the
flying
water by
over
mistake.
buildings to get to where you need to go. All the while, you use your super accurate missiles to destroy anything in your path. You've probably practiced hundreds of hours to master the movement of this vehicle, and you're able to dodge almost every missile in the game. Honestly, I have to respect the dedication.
How do you touch
Too
missiles
bad
if you're already
none
in
of
the
that
air?
will matter when you end up falling into a swimming pool
Yep.
and destroying your car.
Instantly.
The Starling. You're a dogfighter at heart.
This is one of my planes. I love this thing. I really, really love this thing. It's got a rocket and then it's a glider after that. And it's so good. It's got bombs, missiles. I love this thing.
You probably know how to counter every single aircraft in this game, especially enjoying how much you can ruin a griefer's day by countering their laser, which they rely on too heavily as a crutch. You laugh as they send you angry messages, not understanding that their mean beam aircraft didn't kill you as easily as their post-op fan targets. You may also use other aircraft, such as the Pyro or Seabreeze, which serves a similar purpose in their own unique style. But there's always something about the Starling that keeps you coming back. The MOC Cab. You use this thing for one purpose
I use that too. It's like this is made for me, guys.
and one purpose alone. You love eating missiles for days. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it doesn't even matter. All that matters is the sweet taste of missiles hitting your vehicle. You will always tell your friends about the merits of the MOC Cab over other options like the Night Shark, like its lack of rear window, which turns this thing into a backwards Zentorno strat on steroids. But sadly, most never
You just have to approach them backwards because they can't shoot you through the window. Wow. Wow. GTA has turned into something
end
crazy.
up following your advice. It doesn't matter to you though. When their vehicle gets destroyed from one too many missiles, you'll be sitting nice and cozy in your MOC Cab, forever and always snacking on more missiles. The Bombushka. Everyone in the lobby
Bombushka.
is absolutely
I love this
terrified
thing.
of you. Not for the Bombushka's weaponry. God only knows it isn't for its speed or agility.
Nope.
No. Everyone fears your plane blowing up in the sky and your giant balls crushing the lobby as you fall from the heavens. The Bombushka will never be a part of the aircraft meta, and you know that. But you don't care. The Bombushka is a way of life. It's an art form that few have ever mastered.
I love
you
the
love
Bombushka.
The Bombushka, and the Bombushka loves you.
See a
The
variable.
Terabyte. You absolutely love zapping unaware players with the drone. You sit back with your feet up relaxed as you watch
I like doing it, but it takes too much effort.
Watch your favorite Astro Soup video, uncontrollably laughing as your target wiggles around on the ground like an epileptic worm. You'll
You
never
can't
have the
tell.
highest KD. You'll probably never have the best aim in the game or the most coolest epic base montage clips. But you probably have more fun than 99% of the players in GTA Online. So, who's
If
really
you're a
winning
troll,
at the
you are.
end of the day? The post-op fan. You are a grinder. The Avenger. You love using this thing as a floating flying fortress.
I
You
do
will
love the
either use
Avenger.
the autopilot and hover around your enemies as you hop on your turret and fire death upon your foes, or fly around the map with a crew of like-minded friends to sit on all of the turrets to do the same. You likely lock down areas of the map and destroy anyone that dares enter, up until the moment that the lobby bands together to take you down once and for all. Yes, you are annoying. Please stop this madness and stop wreaking havoc upon the lobbies of GTA. For your convenience, I have provided a link
wanna
down
do
in the
this now, too.
description to seek mental health treatment. You are very welcome. I hope you can get better. The Akula. You
Oh,
are
I
a
love the
sneaky
Akula.
ninja, and not the Fortnite type. You fly around the map in stealth mode, like a dangerous cougar stalking its prey, waiting for the right time to pounce. You laugh at the peasants beneath you as they need to pay for the privilege of using off-the-radar services, which, of course, you indulge in for free. You
Yep.
lurk in the
This is me.
shadows and strike as quickly as you disappear. You
Yep,
know
this
how
is me.
overpowered this vehicle is in the right hands, and you hope to God it doesn't become more popular.
And I
since
wish
you
it was
know
more
just how
stable, too.
annoying it'd be to fight against a sweaty degenerate such as yourself.
Yep, it
The
would be annoying.
Savage. You probably hate the Oppressor Mark II and the Railgun for that matter,
I
for
don't like the
destroying the
Savage.
viability of this once destructive force of nature. You
People's
love how it
always too
feels like a
weak.
helicopter variant
Joel,
of the
good to see you
laser,
again, buddy.
and how you can spawn it at your CEO office to wreak havoc upon the ground targets below you. You miss the days of the broken hitbox, which allowed the Savage to dodge almost every missile in the game, and you long for the days of this bug returning.
Oh my
Sadly,
God.
it has yet to return. This, of course, will not stop you from waiting. The B11. You
Why is the B11 so weak now?
love this plane for one reason and one reason alone. The sound it makes whenever you fire the cannon.
Thanks
You're
for the
probably
like,
jealous of the
look.
laser for having a stronger, much more powerful at its disposal, and you really wish the power of your mean beam matched its super cool sound effects.
Yeah,
You will
I
get the
love
last
it.
laugh though. You can out-dog fight any laser that dares attack you anyway. The Vigilante. You probably spend your days role-playing as Batman,
I do.
driving around the lobby saving players from griefers. You likely sing along to the Batman theme tune as you boost yourself into oncoming traffic
I do.
and giggle with glee as you launch vehicles into the air. However, sadly for
Oh.
you are not Batman. You
Aw.
are a idiot inside a mediocre vehicle with no armor. You will die a lot. You are not him. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any more vehicles that I've missed that you want me to cover,
Yeah.
or you just want to tell me what your
The
favorite
Vato.
vehicle is, leave
The
your
Vato.
message in the comments down below. With that being said though, I do hope you have enjoyed.
I loved it. I learned so much about myself I didn't even know. I thought the Oppressor 2 was going to be worst, but there were some really bad ones. I genuinely learned I might be toxic is what I learned on GTA. Here's to a great toxic life in GTA, guys. What do you guys think? Oh my god. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys.